Hi there, this is Shraddha, Sathish, Chander, and welcome to my show. In this episode, I will be interviewing the founder of Digital Media Club TV, Mr. Patrick Abeck. Welcome to my show, Mr. Abeck.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to be on your show.
What is the history of Digital Media Club TV?
Well, we've been around for 6 years. Actually, in November, we'll be going into our 7th year. And we started off with a program called Basics of TV News Reporting. And we're in Northwest Ohio, where we're based, students would go and they would cover community and charity events. So there was like a 5K run or golf outing, something that was raising money for a charity or a nonprofit. Our students would go out there and they had a tripod. They had the latest technology as far as phones go. They'd have a microphone, a mic flag, and they looked just like, if you were to watch one of their segments, like they were on the 6 o'clock news reporting on site from a location. And they learned about editing and all that. And then COVID hit and our program really changed. No students wanted, their parents wanted their kids outside. All the events were shut down in the community. So what we did is we looked towards how CNN and Fox News was handling COVID, and they brought their anchors to their homes, and they would set up a green screen, had the proper lighting, microphone, and really made it look like they were in a studio, but they were all at home. And so we kind of modeled that to where now we went from having reporters in the field to now we have students that are hosting their own online news program and providing a lot of the same media coverage for charities and things like that. And parents love it because they can watch what their child's doing and they don't have to drive them around.
How would you describe this program?
Well, it's described in kind of the educational categories, an at-home educational extracurricular club activity. So we're not kind of in the sports realm or things like that. And there's really 3 kinds of extracurricular activities. One are school related, and those are athletics and band and drama and those things that are directly related to a school. And then you have a whole world of extracurricular activities that are separate from a school. And then what really COVID did, and we had an explosion, is at-home extracurricular club activities. So just like ourselves went through kind of a transformation, and I have students that are coached athletically online. They get band lessons, instrument lessons, things like that, tutoring. All of it's over online, and people are really discovering that online education, not necessarily 24/7 as far as that goes, but just for certain things works really well. And this is one of those programs where it really seems to be working well.
What is the course curriculum based on?
Well, initially it was basics of TV news reporting and a lot of editing and things like that. And then we switched over to the program 3 years ago. And what we looked at is major colleges, universities that had a focus on journalism. Their degrees were changing from like broadcast journalism that might have a focus on television or print journalism. And it started what's called digital journalism and media was the focus. What you get your degree in, or you'd major in that. And so we adopted the program and followed that university curriculum, and we call it Introduction to Digital Journalism and Media. That kind of covers everything that a student needs to learn about digital journalism.
Tell about the 2 building blocks of this program.
Well, the 2 building blocks of this program are really the 2 building blocks of journalism, and that is a news report. So if you watch CNN and Fox News and those type of news organizations, they're either reading a news report, they're reporting on something, or they're interviewing somebody. So our 2 building blocks are news reports and interviews are really where learning is just off the charts. There's a lot to be said with delivering a news report and learning how to do that professionally. But when you can start interviewing people and doing things on a one-on-one basis, the educational prospects are just unbelievable, off the charts.
What do parents of students say about Digital Media Club TV?
The running theme in both aspects of our program, how we started and now, is what parents really see in their students is just an elevated level of communication skills. They become very precise. We teach to be very efficient with speech. Your questions need to be short and compact. The news reports, because on digital media, you're trying to communicate something in a very short period of time, make it interesting, but also deliver it sometimes in 30 seconds or a minute. So your communication skills have to be very sharp, very precise. You have to be bold and assertive. So one of the things that our parents say really across the board, regardless of how old a child is is they just develop a high level of self-confidence and being bold and assertive, which really will put a student in front of the line with anything they pursue if they're bold, assertive, and passionate about something.
Do students attend classes?
Yes, they do. We have Zoom classes, which typically a Zoom class is maybe 4 or 5 students. We also have one-on-one sessions with our new students. And then we have up to about 11 is about the maximum. We just did a panel interview about an hour ago where we had students from all over the country interviewing one guest. And we had students that each had a question in a round. So they all asked one question, and then round 2, and then round 3, they could ask 1 or 2 questions on their own. So it's something that students do that. And oh my gosh, this guest that we interviewed was a founder of this charity, and she had me crying, just the stories that she was touching people. And what I said kind of at the end of that is what journalism can be is when you're conveying information. And right now we're kind of exchanging information. But when you can develop the skill where you can touch someone's heart, where you can really move people emotionally, where somebody can watch an interview and they start crying, that's power. And that's what journalism really has the power to convey.
Can students receive diplomas?
You know what they can? They can receive certificates of achievement, which are based on how many episodes you have. So 10 episodes, 25, 50, 75, and 25 increments is a certificate of achievement. And we have students that can attain those maybe every 2 or 3 months, depending on how much extra credit assignments they do. And they get their diplomas when they hit 50 course credits, which is 50 assignments. So this would count as a course credit for you since we're recording it and going to publish it. And so when students hit 50, they get a diploma, and then 100, 150, and 200, they can get up to 4 diplomas with us.
What makes a Facebook business page so valuable?
Well, one of the things when you start analyzing social media, and I saw the other day about 10 major social media platforms is there's the user experience. So there's the people that, oh, I like TikTok, I like this and that. And for our purposes, TikTok is fireworks. TikTok is content, is 30-second, 15-second content. You always got to be churning out content. And that's not right for us. We don't want that. We want to have our interviews and our news reports that really can be archived. They've got quality, they've got meaning. They're anywhere from 3 minutes on the short side to 6 minutes, interviews up to 15 minutes. So it's something that we want to use Facebook because Facebook has the most advanced business side, which is it's the opposite of the user side, is where a Facebook page has now become like a website. And we want our students, when they publish something, when they publish an episode, we want to be able to have it searchable. We want to have it live a long time. We want to have people watching it 10 years from now. We want to have that Facebook website that we're going to create. This would be on your Facebook page, your show page, 30 years from now, forever. It'll be out there. So it's one of those things where that's why we use Facebook, because we don't want fireworks. We don't want content that's there and gone the next day. We want something to last a long time. And that's why we use Facebook.
How can a student create a valuable lifetime reference with DMC TV?
Well, when we do something, I just have a student that finished their 150th episode. We've had students in the past that have gone over 400 episodes. Those episodes are there forever. And there's something that it will be a lifetime reference for a student, especially when they go through high school. They're trying to get a job. They need references, applying for scholarships. This is a great digital reference that'll always be there. It's a digital asset. I've heard it called before a digital real estate, that it's something that's out there that'll always be there, that'll appreciate over time. And that's really key, what we're building for students. It's a great learning process along the way, but we're building something that will be an asset for a student many years to come.
What does the term digital real estate apply to this program?
Well, digital real estate is something, and in the terms of if you create a website that'll be valuable in the future, or you create something digitally that over time will appreciate, it might be something that you sell something on, or a website. There's a lot of what they call sales funnels, which are things that sell things that are a website that you just kind of create them and then they bring in money. What we create with our Facebook website for our students is something that's going to appreciate over time. That means it'll gain value, and it will be a substantial value that we've had students that was because of this that they got scholarships, they got the job, they got a higher level of whatever they were pursuing, because this got them remembered. It was video. It was something that, you know, they were delivering. They weren't just doing silly things on YouTube. They were doing something powerful. They were providing media coverage for charities. They were earning community service hours, and it really became a valuable asset for a student over time.
What is the DMC TV Team Leader Program?
Well, a team leader program, after a student, usually about 25 episodes, what they can do is they can host their own panel interview, where there would be a guest and they would kind of organize everything. It probably takes about an hour or so to organize everything, another hour or so to record it and publish it. And what a student would earn then is $5 for every student that is participating in that class. So it's a virtual classroom, a panel interview. They're the team leader. They're reading the introduction, reading the end, kind of keeping the interview flowing. And so if a student has themselves plus 9 students in a panel interview, they would earn $50. And that can count towards a scholarship that can be used for anything that benefits a student's well-being, can be used for going on family trips, school clothes, electronic devices, anything. But a student can earn money through a scholarship by being a team leader. And it's something that students can really get good at this, and they can earn scholarships from it.
Tell us more about the DMC TV Club President's membership and the benefits.
Well, a club president is something that if a student would like to aspire to that, it's a program kind of unto itself where they're categorized as a club president. And it really depends on in their area, if we have a club established and if we have an active member that's a club. To be an active member, you need to produce at least 2 episodes per month. And usually students that will attend one of our Zoom classes every week produce at least 4 episodes per month. But it's something that a president of a club, anytime someone joins a club, they would earn a scholarship from that. So they would earn a $250 scholarship whenever somebody joins the club. And because they're the president of the club, we have it in such a way that even if they don't personally refer them, a club president can still earn that scholarship from that. And that's provided by club sponsors that are advertisers. They're the ones that pay for that. We get business sponsors that will sponsor a club, and then that goes into a scholarship for the president.
What is the tuition cost for this program?
Well, this program, what we wanted to do is make it affordable for everyone. So it's $99 per month. So what we do is go through a 4-step process. And the process is like what you did yesterday, reading a news report. We kind of see if a student can read a news report. Well, you did. The second step is for them to interview one of our instructors. You're interviewing me now. That's step 2. Step 3 would be tomorrow or the next day for you. We would find a local event to cover in your area, and then we would do that. And then after those 3 steps, we would see if a student, if this is the right fit, if they want to move forward. Then we meet with parents. So we have a parent meeting, that's step 4, and just kind of talk about if a student wants to move forward. But it's $99, and that includes 4 Zoom classes per week where a student gets the assignment, scripted, backgrounds made, everything to produce one assignment every week.
What are the steps to getting involved?
Well, it's the 4 steps. It's step 1, like what you did yesterday. Step 2 with the interview. Step 3 would be a local event, which we maybe could do tomorrow or the next day. And then step 4 is the parent meeting.
Thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you. You are very good at this. I think you might be able to be a journalist someday.
This is Shraddha, Sathish, Chander reporting for Digital Media Club TV.